Key witness in the murder of Maltese journalist Daphne Caruana Galicia is in a critical condition after he was found with multiple stab wounds hours before he was due to testify. Well, taxi driver Melvin Teuma is the self-confessed middleman in the 2017 car bomb attack that killed Caruana Galicia. He was granted a presidential pardon to reveal who ordered the assassination. Teuma was under police protection before the hearing, and authorities say his injuries were self-inflicted. Neil Riley has more.
Another dramatic development in a story of murder and high-level corruption. Melvin Teuma has admitted acting as a middleman in the car bombing that killed Daphne Caruana Galicia. He's now in a critical condition after being found at his home with knife wounds to the torso and throat that police believe may have been self-inflicted. He was about to give further evidence against Jürgen Fenech, the businessman alleged to have masterminded the attack in 2017, an accusation he denies. Teuma was offered a presidential pardon to testify against Fenech. The murder has had far-reaching political consequences. Former Prime Minister Joseph Muscat was forced to resign over a top aide's links to the affair. Galicia had been hailed for her fearless investigation of corruption among Malta's powerful elite. Her family and supporters have carried on her crusade and continue to campaign for her killers to be brought to justice. Neil O'Reilly, Euronews.
The editor of the Times of Malta, Herman Grech, joined me with more on this, and I asked him how people there have been reacting to Teuma's hospitalisation.
Absolutely shock and horror, because the implications are massive. Remember, Teuma is the person who so far has pointed a finger at the alleged mastermind, who is a prominent businessman here in Malta. So if Teuma is somewhat out of the picture, now whether it's self-inflicted or whether he was stabbed, this could have serious consequences for the case, which has been going on for about 2 years now.
But Herman, there has been some contention, let's say, in terms of these police remarks that the wounds were self-inflicted. How credible or what evidence is there to support the fact that those wounds were indeed inflicted by Teuma himself?
Well, we can only rely on what the police commissioner himself said this morning. He gave a press conference and he said that the lead investigator in the case actually managed to get to Teuma as he lay in his bathroom in a pool of blood. And he actually asked him who did it. And according to the police chief, Teuma replied that the wounds were self-inflicted. So far, we are relying on obviously what the police tell us. But of course, there's a lot of skepticism in Malta. Remember, this case has been dragging on for too long, and there have been too many senior officials implied in wrongdoing, and that includes former police officials. As we speak, imagine the former police commissioner is testifying in court right now in the case of Jürgen Fenech, who stands accused of the murder. This is how high up it goes up the ladder. And this is why so many Maltese are skeptical about anything being said out there.
And this is, as you say, this comes at a critical moment in the trial. And what of Teuma's condition? How is this going to impact proceedings?
Well, it depends, because this afternoon, this very day, we're meant to be hearing recordings that actually put to doubt the presidential pardon that Melvin Teuma himself was given. And remember, he was given that pardon on condition that he said the whole truth in court to reveal all about the murder plot. Now, the defense lawyers of Jürgen Fenech are saying that there are some discrepancies and that they could prove with these new recordings which have emerged that Melvin Teuma might not have been saying all the truth. We know that he was under pressure. He told the court himself last week that he has even contemplated taking his own life in the past, that he cannot live with the guilt, and that basically he wants to put an end to this. But if Melvin Teuma doesn't survive this incident, this is going to get too complicated, and it's already been way too complicated for a country like this.